Welcome back to Explain the Charts, where we break down the technical aspects of the market in a way that makes sense for everyone. Today, October 30th, 2024, we're going to be looking at Intel Corporation stock, Intel, and we'll be looking at both the news and the chart data. As of right now, Intel is trading at around 22.90 and has been trading in a range for a few months. First, we'll look at the news, because the news can be a big factor when trying to understand where a stock is going. According to a recent Yahoo Finance article, Intel stock is seen as cheaper than AMD and Nvidia on a forward basis by some analysts, but there are concerns about the company's ability to compete in the semiconductor industry. Intel has been struggling to compete with TSMC and needs to make significant investments to catch up. However, some analysts believe Intel's core business of PC and server chips will recover, which could make the stock cheap. We'll see how this news plays out in the chart. Let's look at the daily chart first. On the daily chart, we can see that Intel has been on a downtrend for the last few months, losing over half of its value since its peak in early 2024. This downtrend is clearly visible in the price action. The stock has been consistently making lower highs and lower lows. This is a bearish sign and suggests that the sellers are in control. However, we can see that there is some support around the 22 to 23 price level. The stock has bounced off this level a few times in the past. The question is, will it hold again? This price level will be key to watch in the coming days and weeks. If the stock breaks below this level, it could be a sign that the downtrend is continuing. Now, let's switch to the 1-hour chart to get a closer look at recent price action. Here we see that the stock has been moving in a tighter range over the last few days. This could be a sign of consolidation. The stock is trying to find its footing before making a move in either direction. We can see a potential resistance level around the 23 price level and support around the 22 price level. A break above 23 could signal a short-term bullish reversal. The stock could then move higher to the 24 price level. However, a break below 22 would be a bearish sign and could lead to further declines. The stock could then move lower to the 21 price level. It's important to note that this is a short-term perspective based on the 1-hour chart. It will be important to see how the daily chart reacts to these price levels to get a better sense of the long-term trend. To get even more detail about the short-term outlook, let's narrow in on the 15-minute chart and take a look at the last couple of trading sessions. Here we can see a lot of choppy trading and short-term reversals. It's important to note that, in this time frame, the volume is very low. This means that the price fluctuations are likely being driven by short-term trading and not necessarily by strong buying or selling pressure. This is a very important detail because it could mean that the stock is vulnerable to a quick move in either direction. It will be important to watch the volume on the 15-minute chart to see if any buying or selling pressure is starting to develop. Let's shift back to the 1-hour chart now. On the 1-hour chart, we see that the recent price action has been consolidating around the 22.80 price level, bouncing back and forth between 22.70 and 22.90. This is a sign that the market is uncertain about the direction of the stock. It's important to watch the volume on the 1-hour chart to see if any buying or selling pressure is starting to develop. If the stock breaks above the 22.90 level, it could be a sign that the short-term trend is turning bullish. However, if the stock breaks below the 22.70 level, it could be a sign that the short-term trend is turning bearish. We'll have to see what happens in the coming days and weeks. The 15-minute chart shows some short-term fluctuations, but the 1-hour chart is really the one to watch. We have to remember that the 1-hour and 15-minute charts give us a snapshot of short-term price action. The daily chart shows the bigger picture and will be crucial to watch for any breakout or breakdown in the long-term trend. Looking back at the daily chart, we see that Intel has been trading below its 200-day moving average. This is a bearish sign and suggests that the long-term trend is still bearish. However, the stock is getting close to the 200-day moving average. If the stock breaks above this level, it could be a sign that the long-term trend is turning bullish. But we have to be careful because the stock has already failed to break above the 200-day moving average a couple of times in the past. A break above the 200-day moving average would be a significant event and could signal a major bullish reversal. It would be important to see how the stock reacts to this level and whether it can sustain a move above it. The daily chart is really the one to watch for any breakout or breakdown in the long-term trend. Overall, the chart data suggests that Intel is currently in a state of uncertainty. The short-term trend is unclear, and the long-term trend is still bearish, but the stock is getting close to key support and resistance levels. It will be important to watch the volume on all three timeframes to see if any buying or selling pressure is starting to develop. A breakout above the 23 price level on the 1-hour chart could signal a short-term bullish reversal. A breakdown below the 22 price level on the 1-hour chart could signal a short-term bearish reversal. A break above the 200-day moving average on the daily chart could signal a long-term bullish reversal. We have to remember that these are just predictions based on technical analysis. It's important to do your own research and make your own investment decisions. Trading involves risks, and you should only trade what you can afford to lose. Thanks for watching Explain the Charts. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth market analysis, and leave a comment below with any questions or feedback you may have.